Hello, today we're going to talk about how to interpret the meaning of a definite integral. Here's the most important idea I want to get across. If you integrate a rate of change, you will get the amount of change that has taken place over an interval. This is a really important thing to keep in mind, especially when you're doing word problems. Here's a really nice example. This data table shows the temperature of a wire that has a length of 8 centimeters, and that wire is being heated on one end. The table gives selected values of the temperature in degrees Celsius of the wire x centimeters from the heated end. So you can imagine, maybe we're heating it with a candle. Here's our wire from 0 to 8 centimeters. And obviously, it's going to be hotter when it's closer to the source of heat. That's not the part I'm really interested in. The part that I'm most interested in is where they ask us to explain the meaning of this definite integral in terms of the temperature of the wire. A lot of people, when they see that we're integrating t prime, they know that the integral and the derivative will cancel each other out, and they'll try to say that this integral represents the temperature of the wire, but that would be incorrect. This integral represents the change in the temperature of the wire between the two ends of the wire. So, change in temperature of the wire in degrees Celsius between x equals 0 and x equals 8 centimeters from the heated end of the wire. Now, let's look at our second example. In the second example, we have a cable company. And notice that they're giving you a rate. Their cost to produce a portion of the cable that is x meters from the beginning of the cable is given by 6 root x dollars per meter. We're integrating that rate, and so what we're going to be getting is a cost. And some people would just say it's the cost of the cable in dollars, but that would be incorrect. Remember, it's the change in cost. So in this case, it's the change or difference in cost measured in dollars between a 25 meter cable and a 30 meter cable. Okay, I've got one more example that I would like to share with you. In this case, we have a rate of fuel consumption in gallons per minute recorded during an airplane flight. And we have two different definite integrals that we'll need to interpret. Here's our first one. In this first one, we're integrating the rate of fuel consumption. And so what we're going to be getting is the amount of fuel consumed in gallons. So, amount of fuel consumed in gallons between t equals 0 and t equals b minutes of flight. Then I have another definite integral that I'll need to interpret. This one here is a little bit trickier because a lot of people don't notice this coefficient. I recognize this, though, as being an average value integral. And so this integral represents the average rate of fuel consumption. And notice it's a rate, and so the units would be in gallons per minute. between t equals 0 and t equals b minutes of flight. Thanks for listening, and remember to always enjoy calculus.